But we're just thankful again for all the followers. Looked at the page again. We're up to over 600 some followers. Keep following, liking, and sharing the page. Keep subscribing to YouTube. We're on IG, Linktree. If you want to go through that way. Like I said before, I know I keep telling you every week the website. We hadn't, like I said, we got a few more flaws to get out before we do this website. A lot of stuff people understand, but we do. We just want to thank you for looking at us on Facebook as well. For all the people who look for, I see all the message people wait till Sunday, and that's a good thing. Keep spreading the news to everybody about this By the Grill podcast. Like I said, this unlimited talk podcast. We're about to get this thing started. Got a great little topic coming up. Like I said, send your stingers to the email. The email will be posted on the website. I mean on the page. And you can send your ideas. If you want to be a part of this podcast, you know, like I said, we want to expose everybody we can to Mobile, to see that Mobile has a lot of talent out here. And also as well, you can, you know, we might have a grill off contest. You know, bring somebody here and grill while we're doing a podcast, and see we've gotten good grillers out here, since it is By the Grill podcast, and we are By the Grill. So before we get started, you know, we've got a great topic coming up. The topic is, can you eat everyone's food? That's at a funeral, potluck, anywhere. Is it okay to eat everyone's food? I know a lot of y'all got something to say on that, because I promise you, I just left an event, and my gosh, I should have brought my own food. I mean, I should have brought a bag of toenails, because the food was that bad. But can you eat everyone's food? And we're gonna introduce. I'm gonna start from my left over here, since he's to the side. Mr. Anthony Garrett, the ref. We got the Empress to my right, Miss Solange, and of course everybody's favorite director, aka Hammer, Mr. Devon. And of course I'm just plain old Dexter. So the thing is, the topic is, like I said, can you eat everyone's food? I got a lot to say on that. My gosh, I might take up the whole time. I'm gonna try not to. But as usual, we're gonna go ahead and start with the Empress and work our way around the table. What do you think about that, Solange? About can you eat everyone's food, and can you cook?
Absolutely, I can cook. Chris wouldn't have married me if I couldn't. So let's go there. But
I thought it was for the money.
Nah, I wasn't making the money then, so it is what it is. But no. So to be serious, so I guess, are we talking about, can you eat everybody's food? Like, do you trust their cooking? You know, where they're cooking it. You know, if their surroundings are sanitary or whatever the situation is, or are we talking about the quality of the food?
We're talking about it all. Whatever it is about their food, period.
My thing with eating anybody's food, you know, I love food. I may not look like it, but I do. Okay. My husband Slim, but he love food too, so it is what it is. But I personally, what I do is I pray over my food. If it's something that I want, I don't care who's selling it. If I want it, I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna eat it. It's just that simple. I pray over my food and I keep it going. A lot of people like to ask the questions as to where they're cooking it at, how they're cooking it, how their kitchen look, and all that. And yes, all of those are valid points. And we don't know the answers to that, because we ain't standing in the kitchen with them, so you don't know what anything looks like. And to that point, you don't even know what the kitchen in the restaurants look like, for real, just being honest. So if you eat out anywhere, you take a risk on the cleanliness of the place that is cooking the food. So if I like it, if I want it, I'm gonna buy it. I don't care who's selling it. That's just me. I know everybody don't feel like that, but hey, that's how I feel.
What you say about that, Ham?
Buddy. Hey man, I got a real thing about eating other people's food or whatever, man. I'm kind of real skeptical about it. I'm already a picky eater, and little stuff bother me. I can see how you arrange stuff at work, and I'd be like, boy, I don't want to go to your house.
Yes, sir.
And I'm like, God, dog, but I ain't no control freak, but Jesus, if you got to have some kind of uniformity about something. And see, I'm one of them people, while I cook, I'm constantly cleaning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? While I cook, if I'm done with that pot, I'm finna clean that pot. But some people don't do that, and I'm big on it because, you know, I don't mind cooking, I don't mind grilling and all that stuff. But and like my partner say, I baby my meat when it's on the grill. I never just put it on there and walk away. I'm always constantly going back, basing, you know what I'm saying, flipping everything. You know, I like everything to be cooked evenly and doggone still juicy and all that stuff right there. I can't stand when I see somebody on the grill and they just throw their ribs or something on the grill and just tell them to go back and flip it one time and all this stuff, and then you go to eat it, or they don't pull the membrane out the back.
Oh yeah,
and then it just be tough. I be like, God, you can have a good taste to it, but if it's tough, I don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, you know, one thing about my food, I don't like playing with it. I love fishing, but I don't eat fish with bones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause I had my fun when I was catching, and I just want to eat it. I ain't got time to be picking through bones and playing with it, and I ain't got time to be doggone wrestling like a dog with a bone, trying to get a piece of meat off the doggone of your rib that you done had, because you can pull the membrane off and it's tough as hell. So I look at how people carry themselves and all that stuff right there, and I'm just automatically picky. But you can't be you can't just judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Cause you can look at some people and then they get in the kitchen, they throw down. I'm talking about get in there and get the business.
Right.
So it's all in perspective.
All right. What about you, Rip? Here you go.
I can.
I can't.
Yeah, I had to make sure it's right, because if it's not, I might have to throw a taking a file on you. On the flag. Yeah. Yes. This depends on the person. That you like to say, hey, cleanness is a must. You know, like I said, it's about how you do at home. Is I'll be good. You know, if you're good at home, hey, I'm good with your cooking. And I'm like Devon. When I'm cooking, I'm also cleaning too. And when I'm through with something, you know, hey, go ahead and watch that, because I might have to turn around and use it again, you know, in a minute. So, I can insult that. There's some people. Yeah, I can. Pretty good.
And let me say, I'm speaking blindly terms, like from people that's doing like plate sales and stuff like that, when you don't really know like what the situation is in the kitchen. That's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. I ain't talking about somebody who you know is nasty, who kitchen is horrible, house cleaning is horrible, presence is horrible. Yeah, I ain't speaking on those terms. Horrible. Yeah,
I go to your car, you got a lot of trash in your car.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so
Jesus.
you know you automatically don't want to eat from somebody like that. But I'm talking about in blind situations where you got a church that's selling plates, or you got somebody, one of our coworkers whose organization is selling plates or something like that.
Even at church, I tell you, God ain't had nothing to do with this that you just cooked.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't bring the Lord in this at all.
Right. So I'm speaking in terms of, you know, not knowing exactly what the situation is. And, you know, I buy plates. I patronize a lot of organizations and people, whoever is, you know, selling plates at the job or whatever. If I can contribute to what they have going on, then I will. So that's the perspective that I'm talking in. I ain't talking about people who we know is nasty.
And some people, you know I patronize just for the fact of patronizing.
Right.
I have no intention on eating this plate.
Right.
But you say you're doing it for a church. Say, okay, yeah, go and give me a plate. Yeah. That plate will never. It'll sit in the refrigerator till the next time my trash roll around.
Right.
Well, okay. Let me throw my 20, 30, and 50 cents.
Come on with it.
All right. Here's me. I can look at the food and tell you it's good or not. That's just me.
No, because some food be looking pretty and good as I don't know what. You bite into them, you like, Jesus Christ.
Seasoning.
Yeah, what a seasoning.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't put enough. You dressed it up and looked good. But
look, I'm gonna tell y'all something happened to me years ago. And I had a great friend of mine, you know, they were Caucasian. I'm not gonna call out the white. And they invited me to the house.
And I walked in. I was like, okay, yeah, I said, man, everything smelled like furnace polish, and air freshener. And they said, no, he said, man, I'm finna pull the food out. I was like, the food? I said, I ain't smell nothing. He said, oh, man, we got some good stuff, man. I'm telling you, man. He put all the food on the table, and everything looked plastic. But I said, I was trying to find a way to get. I said, oh, man, he had this big rock ball in there, whatever he said. And so the dog just kept licking my hand. He said, oh, man, he just feel. I said, it sounds like he trying to taste. I said, so, get rid of the dog. He got the dog out, fixed him a plate. She said, oh, fixed me a big plate, too. And I bit it. It was no season, no nothing. Not saying all Caucasians can't cook, because I know a lot of them can. Joseph, too, and I have to give him credit. And so I was like, oh, man. I said, oh, man. I said, oh, man, it's so good. I said, then he said, finally, so I said, you know what, bro? I said, I'm going to pack this up. I said, I got to get ready to go. He tried to give me, he said, I tell you, I'll pack you another plate. I'm like, there's 2 plates I got to throw away. So we got to the door, and he said, man, be truthful, man. How was it? He said, my wife cooked. I said, bro, I'll be honest with you, man. I said, I got to shoot from hip. I said, man, it's horrible, bro. I see no seasoning. I said, I had the right menu. I said, it's just horrible, man. He said, you want me to take him back? I said, no, man, I don't offend him. So I took the place home, and I was with my mama then. And I took the place home, and, mom looked up, she said, well, what is this? I said, so my friends cooked it. She said, no, trash running in the morning. I said, oh, man. So, but I gave the benefit of the doubt. I said, let me season it some, put it back in the oven. So I seasoned it, put it up, coated for some barbecue sauce and everything. It was chicken and green beans and macaroni mashed. Oh, it was horrible. I swear to God, man, it was so bad. But I tried to season it, still didn't turn bad. I said, it turned out decent enough, but I just couldn't eat it. So now I got to the point in my life, if it ain't good, I'm not going to eat it. If my food ain't good, you better tell me. I'd like to rather you tell me than get home and say, man, I went to Dexter, man, that joke was so nasty. Boy, Tony, you been out here to say that, bro. You eat it for years. So the thing is, you be used to my cooking. But I know I can cook.
I had to hide out when I get home.
But and I know a lot of you people from the union might see, but I went to a convention a couple weeks ago. They had this big old, they had dry barbecue ribs with lemon pepper on it. Then they had macaroni and cheese, they had potato salad, coleslaw, all that. When I say that food was so bad, only thing good was macaroni and cheese. It was, and this was supposed to be in like a high-fluted hotel in Montgomery. The food was nasty. So one of the guys next to me, he got one single letter. He ain't gonna call out B name. So the thing is, he said, man, why you eating that food? I said, oh man, it's nasty, bro. He said, I thought it was just meat. No, it's good, it's good. I said, no, it's nasty. The food was horrible. The ribs were dry. Didn't have no, ribs cooked, it's ready to come off the bone when you eat it. At least bite right into it. You couldn't do it. It was like eating some rubber food. So the thing was, it was so nasty. I just said, man, I hate to throw this away in front of everybody. But then the girl came around. She said, you not hungry? I said, oh no, I ain't hungry at all. And she said, oh, you got a nice looking plate. I guess she was trying to say I had such a nice plate. I said, I'm quite sure everybody around the same way, babe. I saw you pick up a lot of food. She said, food ain't good, wasn't it? I said, no, it's not. She said, I know. But she knew it. But the thing about it is, I was wondering who was cooking. You see what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Like Devon said, I've seen some food that looked good. It was hard. But I seen some people like they just, got out of rehab and cooked some amazing food. I mean, some real good food.
Right.
But the thing is, I just like being straight honest. If the food ain't good, I'm gonna let you know. Hey, look, this food ain't good at all, bro. He said I can't eat it. I just can't eat it. I went to a wedding reception one time. I ain't gonna call no name because somebody might be looking. And they, and the couple divorced now anyway, so it don't make a difference. But anyway,
they know who they are now. Yeah, so hey, just make sure I tell you, boy, you ain't invited to nothing I do, cause he will get on here and talk about you. You ain't invited to nothing. No wedding, no funeral, no nothing. Okay. I got this friend, boy. Y'all might know him.
Hey, give me the go box, Lee. Give me the go box to the back door. But and the person said, "Ooh, my mama cooked the holiday food." I was like, "Oh man, God, man, the food was so nasty and salty." She knocked the salt box in the macaroni, and she didn't peel all the potatoes. But when I say the food was so nasty,
And I can tell a lot of people like right here, you know, you see her family eating it up because they probably knew she was gonna say something. But you know, a lot of other people go right, you know, you nibble off a fork. I said, oh yeah, it's nasty. That person, I'm looking at people looking, but I was like, oh God. So you know, I went there. I said, oh man, the food sauce. I said, man, you know, I said, it look good, but it's just. He said,
some people have a heavy hand.
Yeah, man.
I don't cook with salt, so I taste salt. I don't care if you put a lid, I'm gonna taste
You can taste it.
So I don't cook with salt. So anytime I go, hey man, make sure they don't do no salt, because I'm gonna taste that off the gate.
Now, I had some of your food at what was at the bar. So it's pretty good. I can't throw up on the bus on that. Not because you just sitting there. You sitting there still trashy, but you know I ain't gonna do it to you. So you know, but the thing is, the food was so salty. I mean, oh my God, man! I was like, dog. Now part of the wedding party too. And I was like, boy.
I'm gonna tell you who can cook pretty good. I got a couple partners that really get down. Lil Carlos. He used to be Big Carlos. He Lil Carlos.
Mr. Hunt.
You know what I'm saying? Lil Carlos, he can get down, man. I hadn't been over there. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? We were doing food for, you know, for the union picnic and all that stuff. And I was sitting over there, mug been running all morning. I was like, boy, I ain't ate nothing, but I'm home starting to get a headache. Man, I cook you up something right quick. And every time he can cook me up something right quick, it's been awesome. I don't know if I was as hungry as hell, but I know it was tasting good as hell.
Mr. Hunt, he was just hungry. He was hungry, Mr. Hunt. I'm just telling you the truth.
I heard that, and the next time you cook, Carlos, you better bring me something. I'm just saying.
Now, see, that's the thing about it. Back in the day, you know what I'm saying, when we used to have a camaraderie or a good thing at work, we used to cook for each other. And I used to cook for people's birthdays. They would come and say, hey, you know, birthday coming up, would you mind cooking this? I don't mind. And I used to bring food. I cook food and bring it there. Whether it's, I'm talking about one time I bought 2 crock pots of oxtails. I done did greens. I done did, baked spaghetti. Anything they asked me to do, I'm like, all right, yeah, I got you. Yeah. See, we don't do that no more because, you know, ain't no camaraderie in that place no more. Yeah, all the old heads that used to do it.
Down at NX, we just started doing that.
Yeah,
in the morning time, you know,
we used to do that stuff, man, for lunch,
breakfast, you know.
You know, so now it just, but
we're trying to take it back there, but hey, it's gonna, you know, we gotta do it. You know, we trying to uplift the morale. You know, but
I can tell you somebody who at the plant that can really, really cook. And that's you know, Brittany Mosgill. How many last names she got? You know, she cooked pretty good breakfast. She did that. I mean, that Gouda Grits is pretty darn good as well. I mean, she cooked pretty good. Period. When the Tara Mayor had nothing, well, I think she had maintenance now. Good Lord.
Yeah, Williams.
Woo.
Yeah, I got some voodoo pasta from her one time.
Yeah,
it was
man,
awesome.
she can throw it out.
It was awesome. It's taken from somebody who, when I'm cooking, I take pride in my food. And you get somebody else's food, and you can tell this a labor of love. Like, hey man, you can tell they cooking.
Right.
You can tell they, you know what I'm saying, when they cook, they enjoy cooking.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a strain on them or something like that, but it's still a labor of love. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell the flavor in their food when they're doing it, other than somebody that's doing it because they feel like it's something they have to do.
Right.
You know.
And you know the ones who really can't cook, they say, "Well, I cook it. I do all the cooking." And then you get their food, you like, man.
Yeah, like I said, it's a total reverse. But you know, in football, what they tell you, the person that want the person that want to win the most always want the ball. But in cooking, the person that want to cook the most is the one that can't cook.
And
Hey, look here.
let me hit on
Here comes.
Taylor White Elementary. Let me tell y'all something. My grandbaby went there for the last couple of years, and I got invited to a couple of dinners. Grandparents day. I think the last one I went to was one holiday. Horrible. Do you hear me? And I'm like, the first time I was like, well, okay, maybe it's just off. Maybe it's because they don't season the food. They don't do anything, but this is what they serving to these children every day. And I understand about the being healthy and all that. I get all of that. But that food that they serving, that ain't even worthy of nobody eating. Because I'm like, what is this? Because like I said, the first time I excused it, I'm like, well, okay, it's just out the day. But the second time I went, and then my daughter then told me the times that she didn't went, how bad it is, that it is horrible. And then my grandbaby's telling me, oh, I don't eat they food. So she saw, I thought maybe she was just exaggerating a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a 10-year-old. So I'm like, maybe she just exaggerating, but she is wise beyond her years. So I really should have taken what she said for face value. But I'm just like, well, she's just a kid. You know what I'm saying? No, they need to revamp it. I don't know what they got going on. They shouldn't even be giving that to the kids. That's just how bad it is.
Back in the day, you had them. You had them ones with the cankles and all that. That was the ones you used to cook real good.
What you say?
You know what I'm saying?
They had that slow walk, that drag.
You know what I'm saying? Look, they spin every time they talk to you. How you doing, Miss Lud? You want some? Yeah, that food was good.
Walking like they doing the same little heel. They got doing a little hum.
Yeah, dude. You want that food.
Yeah.
But nowadays everything's so processed. It's quick reacting. They getting it somewhere else already pre-prepped. Instead of getting these kids, and it's not good. They don't cook anymore.
And they don't eat it.
But you gotta realize too, I can't too much go to schools about that. Cause some of these you ain't nowhere in here. Your kid supposed to be 8 years old and he damn near 200 pounds. So yeah, I don't want to get his ass no more seasoning. He gonna go into a diabetic coma around this motherfucker if I get him something. So we gotta look out for him, cause you know what I'm saying. You get home, you eat more takeout than the Lord allow.
But this the thing though. So now if the food is unseasoned, they not doing anything to it. It's just bland or whatever. So now you have children sitting up in school hungry because they don't want to eat the food. So you got to look at that caveat as well. So, because, now she's going to the 6th grade this year. But when she was there, you got to look at, are we going to send her a bag lunch or whatever the situation is, because she ain't going to eat the food and she can't eat it. So you have children sitting up there hungry all day. Because food is just that bad.
And, somebody brought me a plate, and I can't call no names. And it was during the holiday time, and they brought me a plate, and they brought a few people plates.
What's the initial?
I can't say it. I want to so bad, but they brought the plate, and when I opened it, everything was just kind of thrown in place. It wasn't neat. It was just like they said, well, I'm gonna give him the last, so he can take all that. I said, why did I get this plate? Well, I said, try it. Man, but you know how you regret some stuff? It looked that way, you know it's gonna be nasty. And I bit off of it, I was like, I can't say the food that what I'm talking about. The brisket was dry. So I looked at that plate and I was like, man, do I should eat this or throw it away? So I said, you know what, I'm just sneaking in the trash. So I snuck it in the trash, thinking that, they won't see it. I be doggone. So I get work the next day. I saw my plate in the trash. I said, what plate? When I said, I didn't know what happened to that plate. I thought you took it back. They said it was in the trash, and I threw it inside the room we was at instead of throwing it outside the dumpster. I said, God, why did all the day don't change the doggone trash? So it's staying there all night to the next day, and that's how they caught it. And the maintenance guy I hope he watched it, with a beard that's tall, got dog it and should threw that trash away. And so I had to explain. I said, oh no, the food I did, that plate was full. I looked, I was like, you should have my plate. I know I gave you this. So I'm like, they know they gave you the nasty.
Yes.
Well, it wasn't good when it was still there the next day and wasn't no flies or nothing around it. You know what I'm saying? If it's some good food, man, you can't even leave the trash. You can't leave the trash out, because they like everything coming to eat at it. You ain't got no flies and nothing trying to get to it, but you know your stuff over wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I can't uphold you. How you know mama say, but now I can't uphold you in your wrongdoing. That's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to uphold you in your wrongdoing.
What's your reason?
My reason?
Yeah.
I said I couldn't be. I said I had that plate on the table, so my mother threw it away. I said, I know I had that plate on the table. They said, yeah, you busted through. I said, no, I didn't. I said, I thought you took it back. I said, I had nothing to tell. I said, well, I'll play that. I was lying, and look, the devil's like right here. Two more lies. I had to think about it. I said, Oh no, I can't lie no more. I said, I think I dropped. I said, no, I dropped it. I was trying to think. I said, you know what? I said, I just found it. I said, you know what? I said, don't get me wrong. Some stuff good. I was really full. So I just started eating. I realized I left it all there and I threw it away. She said, why you throw it away? And I called the next day. I was like, but she just must be a detective, food detective. I was like, you know what?
That's when you gotta get frustrated and just say, hey, you know what? I didn't like it.
No, that's what I said.
If you gonna pay me in a corner, I might well come out swinging.
That's the same way his friend gave me an explanation. Told his wife cooked it. Hey, the wife, if he said his wife can't cook, why you offering it to me?
But see, you know the rule of the game. You know the rule of the game. You ain't seen nobody that offer you something that tasted good. Every time somebody tastes something, now you like, ooh, Lord, taste this, boy. Lord, doing that. If it's good, they ain't gonna say nothing to you. They was gonna keep eating. So if somebody walk with you like, ooh, man, taste this right here. But I'm good. I ain't even hungry. I ate right before I left the house, man. Thank you. Good.
I knew a lady, and I can't say her name because I know people know who I'm talking about. But she was making chicken.
If you in addiction friends, don't do nothing for him.
Look, I was a boss guy.
He ain't gonna say your name, but he sure gonna talk about it.
I'm gonna have to.
That part.
Look here, you said the podcast real raw, right? Did we say that? Okay, so
It's like being in the barbershop.
Right.
But look here, chicken salad was amazing. But I promise you, every 2 bites were a chicken bone. And I mean to tell you, I was like, God, and they used to use whole chicken. So we use chicken breast because it's bones. But I mean, it was some of the best chicken salad. Don't get me wrong, it was good. But every 2 bites, that little fish always that pointed bone. I was like, man, like all the bones out of chicken back in there.
You just threw the whole chicken with them bones and all of this.
But man, and don't get me wrong, chicken salad was good, but that mug would be full of bones. I don't care how many times, full of bones. And
hey, I see Tasha Mission on here. I want to let y'all know. Now that girl right there, she can really order some food.
I'm telling you. Hey, she offered me a bowl of grits one time. A grit bowl of crystal.
Don't do
that was
her.
the best grit bowl I ever had. Thank you for you hitting the truth on that. Tasha, order some food. Say it again.
Tasha, I got your back. They not gonna do you
She ain't never tasted none of your food. It's solely on being another woman. I can assure you that. I ain't saying you can't cook. I'm just saying we haven't tasted it. But you can do, in fact, order some goddamn food.
And she can get that hot too. I give you that credit for. That food get that hot. I don't know how she do it. I order my food to get that late cold. Tasha order food, that mug get that hot. Hey, I didn't say it, Tasha. I'm just saying me.
You said it.
I'm just adding to it. You and me, you bought food together. I always get my food. You guys get yours that hot. All time.
It's something in that car keeping that food nice and warm.
I think it must be.
I ain't gonna say all them hips and ass, but I'm gonna say it's something in that car keeping that food nice and warm.
You gonna make Tasha come in and knock us all out.
She about to get off that forklift and it's on her way here now.
Hey Joe, take over this. I'll be right back.
Before she get here, I'll be gone.
Then I gotta take the beat by myself.
And guess what? I'm gonna sympathize for you. I'm gonna sympathize for you the whole time. Well, you know the way that
And
goes.
get what? You ain't got no help because Mr. Tony ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do it. So it ain't
right now.
Don't hit him in his face. Don't hit him in his leg. He got to cry them.
I'm gonna have sympathy for him, boy. You know the way that girl hit that man. It was really that was just uncalled for. And then he couldn't duck or nothing. You seen him?
Shoot, Tosh probably knocked me out, boy.
Like Mitch Green said, the guy said, Mike Tyson hit Mitch Green. Oh, hit him in the
Hey man,
So now I'm talking.
get your food on, man.
And as me, like I said, I hate bad service as well. I go to a restaurant, it makes the food taste bad. You got bad service, and because I had a friend of mine. I'm gonna call his name out though.
Must be something good.
No, ain't good.
Right.
I ain't no Patrick. I tell him all the time. I said, man, we call him. I'm calling him Ferg. He know what I'm talking about. I said, God dog, everywhere you went, I don't care. Teenager. Every food was nasty. If something was wrong, and he's like, hold on, man, take that food back. So one time we went to Waffle House. This time, and he was like, he said, man, it's on me. And so I ordered my food. I said, man, he said, oh. Man, hey man, come here, miss. Take both of you plates. I said, no, I keep mine. No, take both of you. I said, oh, no, I keep mine. I I said, man, get your food spit on. I don't want none of that extra protein. I said, no, he said, I'm going to take his plate back too. He grabbed my plate, stuff come my plate, refix all of them. So he kept standing up looking. I'm like, man, bro, you get our food spit in. But,
your plate, that one going back. I'm with you. Your plate don't go back. I ain't finna get no extra sauce on my food because you want to sit up here and act a food.
And you can see the person was mad. So I said, bro, from now on, I said, we go somewhere, we gonna sit at two separate tables. I said, because we ain't never satisfied. He wasn't never satisfied. You too, Charles Rudolph, I'm gonna call his name out. Now I know he watching. Charles Rudolph same way. I don't care if he ordered a cup of ice, something wrong with ice.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it just whenever he went, it was just no food, never satisfied. And he thought, I know how the food's supposed to taste. I said, well, next time you come in, you go back there and cook your food. I'm gonna order mine, and I'm gonna watch you cook your food. That way you ain't gotta worry about it.
That'll just get ready for that hot too.
What?
Yeah,
You ready for the hot Cheetos food?
You have some people who go in restaurants with that mindset. They just not gonna be satisfied. They want to see the people recook the food.
Yeah, see, I ain't got time for that.
All this whole type of stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just to complain, just to complain.
So, you know, and the thing is, like I said, matter of fact, me and Chris went to a restaurant.
I'm talking about throw your wife under the bus too.
No, we went to a restaurant, and the lady across from us just kept on sending her food back. I'm like, and so, matter of fact, yesterday we went. We'll go back to that part, but I'm gonna go back to what yesterday. We had went to the heck name of that restaurant we went to. What's that restaurant we went to? Come on.
Chinese restaurant.
No, not me. You and Robert. We went to we took her somewhere. We went to Toasted Yolk. Mm-hmm. That's some of the best food.
I love it.
That food.
Love it.
Yeah.
But as soon as my sister sat down, it was a big old long hair on the plate. It didn't touch the food. So she said, can I have that redone? Mm-hmm. So he brought a new plate out. He said they just replated it. But I'm like, I would have put like some type of scrape on that plate because I think it just threw the hell. You know, it was a long piece of hair.
They replayed it.
And the thing about it, I mean, she ate all the shit. It was good. So I had the extra protein from the hair shit. But the thing is, you know, it was just the point of that. Back in the day, you used to have to wear hairnets.
Yeah.
Everyone wore hairnets.
Yes.
Nowadays, they don't do
everything.
that. So you don't know what you getting in your food these days.
Yeah.
That and see, I just don't like confrontation. I don't like confrontation at all, and so because I know I'm gonna take it too far. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna, at the very least, I'm gonna try to bar down. Let's not do. But if you give me any kind of feedback, I'm willing to shut this place down. I want you to know that right now. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to shut this place down. At any time, I'm willing to go to hell or jail for what I believe in. So I'm gonna stay just as calm as I can for as long as I can until you find the right button that's pressed on. When you find that right button, then God doggone cancel criminals don't worry about New Year's. Because everybody look at me, my sister and them, everybody want to be hitting me in the mouth or hitting me on the hand, telling me, shut up. I'm like, nah, because I tried to be cool and you kept going. You kept pushing. So now, like, you want nigga here now.
Yeah.
He here now.
Yeah.
You want angry black man, he here now. You found him. It didn't take long, but you found him. I you know what I'm saying? I try to avoid confrontation at all costs. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's a desolate doggone way of life. Because, you know, you try to stay away from drama and bull crap.
Right.
So, but if you can't cook, just say you can't cook. Or if you know you're not a good, because you know your damn food ain't good. Mm-hmm. Anybody that cook knows how they like their food seasoned and all that stuff like that. And I tell you, that's how you cook from. Mm-hmm. If you know your taste buds are jacked up, don't offer to cook me nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You stay your buddy. Me and you both know he didn't marry you for the cooking.
Period.
So God doggone do what's best for y'all.
I'm curious, what he married for?
Huh?
I'm curious, what he married for?
I don't know. It could be anything, nasty man. I'm gonna go doggone. That boy right there got a vulgar mind. You know what I'm saying? They got all the
on my off days. The rest of the week, I'm a newfound virgin. I swear, the rest of the week I'm newfound virgin. Off days, I can't control him.
Hey, shoot.
You know, and you know one thing I'm telling you what I can't really stand. You know, some of y'all might be these type of grillers. When you put that lighter fluid on that charcoal, you don't get the kind that's odorless, and you put that meat straight on without that charcoal heating up. all that food gonna taste like lighter fluid. Soon you go from the
That,
plate.
and you,
somebody
that,
who don't
and,
know
that,
how to
that,
grill.
that and you do it over the grate. I know damn well you just put no doggone light fluid on there. And you left the grate on. And you left the grate on. Because now I'm looking at you like, now who the hell finna eat that?
Right.
You know I'm not finna eat that, right? All that damn light fluid you just put on now. You know I ain't finna eat it. You better go home and just self-combust in this living room. You're not finna eat that.
And look,
Go fire a cigar and I just blow up.
I knew a friend of mine did that. You know, he used to stay across the street from me. You know what I'm talking about? RM. His name RM, y'all. He know what I'm talking about.
You just
He
said
watching.
RM.
Oh, he know. He used to live across the street. I just tell him about it. And I said, "Dawg, bro, you just put that light fluid." He put a few charcoal and put light fluid, light it up, put the meat back on. I said, "Man, you gonna kill everybody?" Oh man, they don't eat, man. They all high anyway. I'm like, but I'm not. I said, they might be, but I'm not. So I had to show him how to cook that chicken, how to cook that. He said, "Man, you showed me a lot." And guess what? He gonna say his own same old pattern. And I love the brother, and I'm gonna call him Big Bob. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But the thing about it is, he used to do that. And I used to always tell him, "Dude, man, get that stuff, gotta get that charcoal time to heat up." I said, "Get that fluid off of that." But I mean, when I say the voice brought back a memory, I remember he was in the front yard grilling one time. And he said, "Man, my chicken got cold, man." I swear, he just threw the chicken back in the pan, put that fluid in, and it was just blazing, and it wasn't 5 minutes. He put it right on top. I'm like, "Bro, you ain't got no time to cook." But everybody do things different.
And you got to be willing to learn the right way. If you got somebody that's willing to do it right, I'm gonna tell you right now. Since we telling people and names, my boy Mark Jackson. My boy Mark Jackson, who owns Kazulas,
I just seen him
and
on
what's
there.
called, you know what I'm saying. When me and Mark first started hanging out and opening cigar bars out, Mark couldn't grill for nothing. Mark didn't know how to grill. He'll tell you. But now, you get Mark on that mud, Mark, you know what I'm saying. He told me, but now Mark will grill his butt off because he took.
That's how you learn.
He took heed to all this that was coming around that was grilling and all that stuff, and he did all that. So you know what I'm saying. You got to be willing.
Willing to learn.
You know what I'm saying, to learn.
Be
You know what I'm
humble.
saying. Willing.
I'll be
Don't
so
think you
offended.
know everything or something like that. I watched this person do it like this because a lot of stuff is learned. You know what I'm saying, or what you see. Like they say, like they got the old story back in the day, or this young lady was cooking dinner for a wife. She was cooking the ham or whatever. And every time she cooked the ham, she always cut the ends off and all that stuff right there. And her husband finally went to her and said, "Hey, why you always cut the ends off that like that?" "Well, that's how my mama did it, so that's how I do it." So finally she went to her mom and said, "Mama, why you always cut the ends off the ham like that?" She said, "Hell, because the pan was too small. I just cut it off because, you know what I'm saying, it wouldn't fit in there without it." But you thinking it's something else.
Right.
You got to be willing to look and learn and pay attention with it and not just go off what you see somebody else do.
And this is how I learned how to barbecue. Don't get me wrong, I used to burn up stuff at first. Now I can get on grill master, beat everybody, even people on the panel. But I'm just bragging, I'm telling y'all the truth. So the thing is, what my dad used to do, my dad used to always say, "Hey boy, come watch this grill, I got a job to do." I'm like, at 5 o'clock in the evening? My dad stayed gone the whole time. Come back when I'm through with all them 9-slab ribs. Every weekend he grilled for everybody. Or he cooked something. But that's how I learned the first time I burnt the stuff. He had a fit when he got back. Your mom said, "No, do this." Then my dad said, "Watch how he learn." So he showed me how to flip, how to spread and all that. But then, like I said, but I had to go through trial and error.
Right.
But I learned how to do it that way. Because at first I want to play some sports and run around town and all that. I ain't want to sit here and do no good. But that's why I don't know how he's always catch me. He would catch me every time. It'd be like I'm getting dressed, and he looking at, "Hey, boy, can go out?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I go out back. He park my car around the back, block it in. As soon as I come out, "Hey, boy, watch the grill. I'll be back in 30 minutes." Man, I just take my clothes. I got to the point so I take my clothes out because I knew he was gonna be gone all day because he wanted me to finish that meat. So I got to once a day with the grill. "No, I got it, boy." Then all right, go ahead and do it for me. My mom had to get on to it, but she showed me how to season the meat. She said, "You do this. Don't ever get heavy hand with this. If I got heavy hand, she'll pop my hand. Don't do that. Now wash it off and redo it." But like I said, my sister attested this. We couldn't go outside. 5 years old, 6 years old. We couldn't go outside to learn how we had to flip a chicken, cook one piece, or make some cornbread or something. That's what we had to do. And that's because she's always say she called my feet, said, "My man, can't cook for you get married." I'm like, "Man, I'm 7 years old, I'm giving my big wheel. I ain't worried about no cooking," but she saw it. And I know how to cook.
It is something you got. You know, with me, man, I just always did it. Even especially the military. You know, you in the military every weekend. We use a grill. I'm gonna set up the grill. We gonna do it. And finally, one time, my captain came to me like, "Hey, Smith, I heard you be around here grilling on the weekend." I'm like, "Yeah, you know, get the Marines something to do. Well, then we can party right here. They ain't got to go out in town and do all this stuff." Well, yeah, I just want to know how much would it take to do it for the whole company. Well, it depends on what you want done and what you want done. But see, it's a double-edged sword to that. When somebody know you can grill, now you the designated griller. So now I just sit back and watch you do whatever you doing, and I just say to myself whether or not I'm gonna eat it or not. I'm not gonna say a word. I'm not gonna critique you. I'm not gonna do that. Why? Because I'm not just applying myself to the job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people apply for a job they know they don't want.
Yeah.
Right. We see it every day.
Let me make something start. You have.
Yes.
Anyway, so
Don't get on her, man. Solange's having hot flashes.
yeah, she just had a birthday, so. So what you got to say, Tony? You over there quiet, just nodding and yeah. What you got to say about cooking? Tony can't cook, y'all. But go ahead, Tony.
Hell no, I'm all good. Like I said, hey, it's good. I'm gonna eat it.
Tasha, you ain't by yourself. This is the best microwave man I ever met. But I said I can't microwave like this dude.
No microwave.
You know, hit the button, the right second, the right. I mean, flip the meat before you turn the microwave on. Man, my brother.
You know, Tasha say she don't think people be honest if their friend or significant other can cook. Well, I'll tell you if you can't cook.
Yeah.
Hey, nah, you stay over here. I cook. I'll just go get some. I'm an equal opportunist. I ain't gonna just put you in the kitchen, especially if I know you can't cook. Nah, you just sit where you at. I got it. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I don't care if you can cook enough. You good, but don't ever touch my grill. I'm doing all the grilling at all times. You good enough, but you stay away from the grill. I got the grill at all times.
My mama said, "Get off of me, Dexter." My mama.
Well, you know you're in trouble now.
Miss Green, I know you had her, but when you try to teach her how to cook, she was worried about running them streets.
No. I ain't never ran the streets like that, but I can cook.
You ever seen that mama on the sideline of the football game when her son got hit too hard and she coming on the field with that shoe? Boy, you got a shoe coming your way, boy.
That's all.
You got a shoe coming your way, boy.
She got a melon soon. I'm like,
You got a shoe coming your way. You got a shoe coming your way.
I'm gonna have a shoe in the box, kick me right in my mouth.
You know, see a lady come walking up, she gonna have a smile on her face. Like, hey, how she doing? Swat! She slapped it. What was that for? I heard what you said about my baby.
But we working on some man. I got a few things to trust. The next time she won't be hot. I got some man coming up. Puerto Rico AC. I've been looking at a few, Miss Gwen. Trust me. She ain't gonna be hot. That fan will be down next week.
Okay.
I just want to make sure everybody know. Don't discourage this young lady, because Tasha still orders the best food in the league. And doggone, don't ever discourage it. Don't ever change for nobody. Keep ordering what you ordering. And you know what I'm saying, keeping it hot in that car, however you do.
I'm telling you.
That's all right.
I'm second that. I got to second that. I mean, I don't know. I think she was the first door there. That didn't cop it off her. I'm telling you. Tash, you know, hey, there you go, Tash. See, we love you. Anyway, so, but yeah, you know, but like I said, the best, me personally, the best cooking, God forgive me. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've been to a lot of repasts after a funeral.
What you saying?
It's like, I don't know what they do. I hadn't had a bad meal yet.
That be them elders cooking.
Yeah, they bad. Like I said, one of them can't cook, got the extra elbows, you know. And they, like Vaughn said, they got the counter holding them up, but they throw down on that food, but the green bean be so good, you drink the juice out the pan.
That be that mom when you come to the house, you know, that walk around with a hand like this all the time, because she got down trying to keep her road closed. Had the best cooking in the world. You know what I'm saying? Instead of dragging her feet, just sliding through the house. Yeah, sliding through the house. I'm talking about better. You wonder why all her kids swole.
Right.
You see how the hell that works?
Right.
Ain't nobody missing the meal, but you wonder why everybody at home before the street lights come on, because mama done cook.
Good food.
I ain't worried about the whooping. I'm worried about missing the food, because if I don't get there on time, it's gone.
Right.
I tell you, look, my mom, God, they could cook. My grandma could cook. All of them cook. My main Tiny, all of them cook. My Andre, I know you watch it. You know, take show for you.
Like my sister, like right now to this day, like my sister church, she gonna get mad because I'm standing on it. But they call my sister at church Big Mama. I'm like, God doggone, I ain't gonna say she don't like it, but doggone, nobody at her age want to be called Big Mama. But hell, that's how you cook, and that's how she was always cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like for Christmas, all this stuff. You know, for Christmas, it's gonna be a big Christmas breakfast and dinner. And when I say big, I mean she cooking everything in there, everything.
You know, I think totally been my mama's done Christmas and Thanksgiving. My mom had 3 of them long tables, and she cooked everything from scratch, from the cakes to the macaroni to the collard greens. Oh my God, put it in my vein. I mean, this is how my mama was. She cooked so good. Everything with cast iron skillet. And the thing about it is, and I tell everybody the story, my mom used to move stuff out the mint, off the stove. I'm like,
boy, he telling on his mama.
Hey, look here.
She got rock hands and wonder why he stayed in line. He wasn't because she slapped him one time, slap him butt naked and hide his clothes.
Slap on the head with
Slap him butt naked and hide his clothes.
Look here. When I say one day, I said, Mama walked out. I said, man, I move that skillet too. When I grabbed that skillet, man, I screamed all the way to the White House. And I mean, I said, Ma, she said, how you do that? She said, boy, this come from growing up. You don't know, we used to cook on back in stuff on the hot rocks and all that. Whatever she cooked back then was done. They didn't have no stove. They had the wood stove. So she said, you see me trying to cook like that? Don't ever do that again. Put some of that shit, that cocoa butters, like you want to eat the kind. It's the hard kind in the cabinet. Put it on. I ain't got no mark today. But the thing was, that's how good she cooked. Every Christmas and New Year's, everybody came because they knew what the food was gonna be. She would tell them, come back the next day and finish it up. And sure enough, she was just that good of a cook.
But it's like Divine said, it's a labor of love.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And you can tell in the dishes and stuff that they cook that it's something that they love doing, you know. And even now, like he said, you can tell somebody who love cooking versus somebody who just throwing something together. You can tell, you know. So, yeah, paying much homage to our parents, grandparents, and great grandparents.
Correct. I mean,
paved the way.
They had to forge their own food, and that's how you know they had to. That tradition was passed down.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's not passed down. The tradition of DoorDash is passed.
You gotta you gotta do a lot of different stuff to your food nowadays with all these false face and all this stuff. See, they had the reason why they was able to make it at 60 and 80 and 90 years old. They didn't have to worry about all the stuff that they putting in the food now. Because now it's about mass production. It's about more money. So all the stuff they putting in the food now, and you wonder why you have these young ladies at 12 years old, you know what I'm saying, going through their menstrual cycle and all this stuff right here, because they done pump so much hormones in their kids' bodies that their bodies are trying to develop way more than faster than they should. So
I agree with you on that, but that's how we.
It's a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying. That came from you. You talking about how he feel like hot air, and then he talking about how wind just came through.
Period. It slapped you back. That's all it was.
Boomerang came back.
It did. Boomerang.
Yeah, I think Dex is in trouble with Tasha.
Dex ain't in trouble.
She gonna come and get you.
But like you said, back then, you know, those women cook on a doggone.
Them too.
That women cook on a rock. That's how good. That my mom used to always say. She said, "Boy, I can cook on a rock." And the thing was, it was true about that. And the thing about it, one thing about Laurie Woods, though, if you cook something bad, she was like, "Hey, what you put too much?" She knew exactly what you put in it wrong. She could taste it and say, "You know, you put too much of that in there. Don't put that next time." But see, that was teaching.
Right.
Most kids these days, people they get offended by that. You know, and the thing about, like I said, the teaching in the kitchen is gone. So,
but that's all over though, because you know what I'm saying. You can tell somebody something to try to help them, and they take it as you trying to berate them or do something else. Because you know, I was sitting up there one time at work. We had a truck driver park across the street in Turner Supply parking lot. I'm like, hey man, that's not our parking lot.
Right.
If that guy comes out, and if he gets the police or something, tell them, hey, they trespassing, they give you a ticket. Hey buddy, you on what's called? He gonna, hey man, you all right today? No, I'm good. Why would you say that? It seems like you own me. Now I ain't on you. I'm just trying to look out for you.
right.
You know what I'm saying? If I didn't say nothing, that should be the problem. If I didn't say nothing and allow you to do something you ain't got no business doing, then when you get the ticket or something, man, nobody said nothing to me. Hey, buddy, you got to be able to, when somebody actually trying to help you, you got to be able to sit back and actually take it.
Right.
And take it as not as sarcasm or somebody trying to berate you.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them, they don't see it that way these days. You can't correct them. You can't say nothing to them. It's not like, hey, but I'm just trying to, the road you're going down is a rough one. I'm just trying to make sure you got less bumps.
Right.
Hey, you know, and the thing about it is, you know, the one thing that you always gonna have some people need, that's cooking, mechanic, and a doctor, and a funeral. You're gonna funeral director. You're gonna need those. That's every day. You can't get out of that field. So I think if a lot of them put their passion into cooking these days, you know, because like I say, everybody getting food trucks.
But think about it. What is a lot of stuff that we had that's missing these days? Like, I haven't heard in the last 10, 15 years of any kid come home saying they got home ec in school. Nobody, you know what I'm saying, they had auto mechanics.
Right.
None of the stuff right here, you know what I'm saying, some of the stuff that we grew up with, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, they took
Teach you
like,
how to
hey,
sew
you know what I'm saying, all this stuff right here, all this stuff is out of the school system. Because, you know what I'm saying, the funding is not there or something like that. And there's a lot of stuff that these kids really do need to got doggone make it through, and it might seem minute and minimal at this time, but to be able to get in there and without a measuring cup and know how to season something, that's paramount in the world today. You know what I'm saying? You have to do this kind of stuff because, you know what I'm saying, if you want to live.
But yeah, because all of the programs that they have now is job centric. It's preparing them for the world to be technology to be able to go out and get jobs.
But I can assure you, ain't gonna have a job if you ain't eating.
That's what I'm saying.
It's good, but if you can't get the basic nourishment, I don't give a damn how good you is. You ain't gonna function right at that job if you got doggone malnutrition.
They have a program now that they have over at Faulkner, where all the different schools go over there to.
The culinary program.
Rick Mason and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's over at Faulkner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The programs that they have now are more getting you prepared to go to be able to find a job. Like we were saying, they don't have the home ec classes and stuff like that that's teaching you how to sew and how to cook and how to be able to survive.
And you know, you're going to have a lot of people out there that say, oh, guys weren't taking that, or you a lie, because wherever the women was at, that's where I was going to be at. If you in home ec, I'm in home ec. And by you know what I'm saying, by chance, hey, I'm learning at the same time.
Right.
But you know, they say, you know what I'm saying, if a woman likes slow music, then I like slow music. You know, you gotta, it's some stuff that
it works.
They won't let me in home ec. I don't know what it was, you know, I guess they thought.
Yeah, because you sit up there and told them that your mama grabbing hot pans with no goddamn soda. They like, man, oh no, this boy right here is a safety hazard already in the making. You can get this school shut down because you got 3rd-degree burns on your hand because you just walking in and grab the doggone pot out the oven.
Right.
Hey, bro. I can't even say that. Look here. I don't know. I guess they thought I was gonna go in there and do something wrong, you know.
Safety hazard.
I was pretty bad in school. I was good in grades, but I was out of control.
Okay.
But they had personal things. They would not let me get in. They barely let me get in the mechanical shop. Barely. I mean, that Mr. Lonnie Jordan, he barely let me in. And but other than that, they wouldn't let me get in all the thing else. They said just keep, you know, out playing sports and all that. They wouldn't let me get in that dog on home ec. You know, I don't know if somebody was telling about me or whatever, but I wasn't such a nice kid when it came to that stuff. I not doing that. Hey, watch your mouth there, Leopard. Watch your mouth. I went to Blunt one day.
You think he grandfathered in now?
I am grandfathered in.
One day.
Hey, I ran off the campus, but guess what? My footprint's still on that ground. That's right. So,
in full stride.
Look here, I'm still alive. Yeah, thanks, Kenny. You ran me off. But you're a little the bandino. Yeah, but I still love that brother today. You know, we laugh about that. But
there's a lot of stuff that goes along with, like I said, with the food thing, with all the stuff they pump in the food now. And you know, today and age, just to get regular grown food and vegetables cost you more than getting all the stuff that they done pumped out the stuff in. But now they want to call it, you know, what they say, organic and stuff. No, it was properly grown. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't pumped full of stuff to make it grow faster or bigger. So now you got all this stuff, and it's harder to even feed your kids better stuff for their bodies because they done drove the prices. It's more expensive. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. And think about it. And it goes with everything.
It does.
Like right now, you get a TV, you want one that's HD and high def and all this stuff right here. And basically, all you know what I'm saying. Basically, you know what I'm saying. All they doing is taking raw footage and putting it out there. They don't have to go back and do all this repixeling and all this stuff right here. But they charging you more for it. You know what I'm saying? They charging you more for the movie and all this stuff because they went in there and had to do all this extra stuff, then make it look a little more satisfying to the eye. But it, you know what I'm saying? It's fake or not.
Well, I know I'm gonna jump on that TV part real quick. I'm gonna get back. I got something to say about these bacon prices. But that's like we were gonna buy that Michael Jackson movie, rented out one night. That movie was $32. I was like, I'll wait till it come out or somebody send me something on the chopper thing, because ain't nowhere in the world I'm paying for one night for $32.
I'm glad I ain't telling on myself, but boy, that's why I love a fire stick.
Yeah, I got one. I got to start paying for it.
I love a fire stick, but I ain't saying I'm stealing, but I damn sure ain't paying for it.
Well, you know, look, I 911. I got your number on speed dial. But you know, I went to the store this morning because my sister was coming over before she went to Atlanta. I said, "I'll get a pack of bacon." The cheap pack I found was $4.94. I like, this is the same bacon, but the prices are just crazy. The cost of living you ain't getting no cost of living rate, but the cost of stuff is going up higher. And you know, it's just ridiculous how much you got to pay just to get a pack of bacon.
Everything went up now. It cost you 2 legs and a quarter of your thigh just to get to the store.
Yeah,
that orange guy got everything up.
Yep.
Probably gas prices up, but I don't know what.
But everybody wants to defend this president, you know, because he trying to take it back to the 30s, which ain't gonna happen. You know, you can't. You know, anyway, I just thought that's another podcast.
You're destroying the farmers market. That's where it all is right there.
But you know, we're about to wrap this thing up in a minute. Our time's getting close, and so the thing is, you know, everybody, hearts clear, y'all good? Y'all good? You good? You good, Ray?
Well, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Gonna see what Tasha gonna bring us to eat.
Probably a knuckle sandwich. So the thing is,
I appreciate you, Tasha.
Me too. That's the only thing I'm saying.
I ain't worried about. I know she looks out there next, so I ain't worried about.
That's the only thing I'm doing. I'm paying homage. I'm showing her how much I got love for her. I ain't downgrading nothing.
I ain't gonna worry about. She ain't come to annex anyway. So you know, and they been at station. Been up put me on scared to go to the plant. Late at night when Tasha eat down. So you what now?
I want to say something.
Go ahead.
Hey sis, hey Nidra, I see you on here as well. I lost a very, very dear person to me on Friday, and it was unexpected, so it's been a huge blow to us, her family. She's my sister 42 years. That's how long we've known each other, been in each other's lives. We raised our children together. It's hard. It's difficult. She's very well known. A lot of people know Erica. They know it's either Erica Crawford, Erica Dunn. Her name on Facebook is Hope Logan. She has a lot of friends on there. Just a lot of friends in the city. Period. I just want to say it's a huge loss to us here in the city of Mobile. I love her. I miss her dearly already, but I just wanted to shout her out to my niece, because she only had one daughter and 3 boys. My niece Laterica, I love you. I'm here for you. Rodney, Marquise, Joe, I love y'all. To the whole entire Crawford family, y'all know what it is. I've been in y'all life for 42 years. I'm here if you need me. Love y'all. Much homage to her family.
I would like to comment on that. I would ask anybody that has lost a loved one at any time, take solace in knowing that there's no more pain, no more sorrow. And if anybody that's, you know what I'm saying, that needs this, take time out right now to show the person that's around you that you love them and you care and how much they've meant to you now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And No, if you know you've done that, I need you to take solace in knowing that you've done right by that person.
Correct.
I don't want you to sit here and dwell on the passing. I want you to sit back and dwell on the good times in the relationship that many people don't have the opportunity to have. Take time out and enjoy the person that you got doggone say you love, or you know, so that's been there for you, and tell them how you feel now. Cause God doggone, when they're gone, all you're gonna have is that what I wish I could have done, or what I should have done, the call I should have made, the time I should have went, and all that stuff. Don't leave that stuff to chance. Do what you gotta do now, and take solace in knowing if you know you did right by that person, you showed that person how much you love them and how much they meant to you. Take solace in knowing that doggone that person didn't leave not knowing true love and affection for them. So I want you to, you know what I'm saying, to the family, my grievance goes out to any and all who has lost someone. The only thing I can ask you to do is please show your people now how you feel about them. You know what I'm saying, there's no time limit, there's no, you know what I'm saying, grace period on losing a loved one and all that stuff right there. You never know, so take time out to show them now. No matter how busy life gets at any time, take time out and truly let that person know how you feel about them. There's nothing about that, because you know what I'm saying, I got a group of Marine Corps brothers, my regular family, all this stuff, and anytime we see each other, we're going to give each other a hug and say, hey, I love you.
Absolutely.
Hey, you know what I'm saying, tell that person right now, because nobody's promised tomorrow, and like you said, death comes like a thief in the night.
It sure does.
You know what I'm saying? And if you are one of those people that gets that grace, that heavenly grace from God, you know what I'm saying, and you got a family member that's sick or going through something right now, and there's a great possibility that you know that person finna leave, God has blessed you to give you time to tell that person exactly what you meant for him. A lot of people don't get that time.
Absolutely.
He's showing you grace to give you time to tell that person exactly what that person meant to you. Take time out and do that.
Yeah.
And I can assure you, once you've done that, there's going to be pain, there's going to be sorrow, there's going to be misunderstanding and all that stuff, but you can minimize exactly how much you have by what you do now.
Yeah.
Like your mom said, don't give me my flowers when I pass, give them to me now.
Give them to them now.
I want to smell them.
Correct.
Let me tell them, you know what I'm saying, and then somebody can go with a greater peace knowing that they left someone back here that feels the same way they felt about them.
Correct. You got something to say, Tom?
Stop holding those grudges. Something that happened way back in elementary school, or whatever. You know, hey, you got to move on from that.
Absolutely.
You can't change, the past or what happened.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do is worry about what's in the future.
Oh, you know, when we was in middle school, she took my boyfriend. Neither one of y'all even like the dude no more. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all still mad.
But y'all still mad about it. Come on, man.
And, you know, and I'm gonna wrap it up with this. You know, one thing I can tell you, I lost my parents 10 months apart, back to back. I call it a love story. They were together 6 years without divorcing. They have fights and fussing, absolutely, but they still loved each other to the end. And one thing about it, when that casket closes, you know, there's no coming back. You know, you know, like I had to tell a lot of people, you know, is that you can go to the grave site and talk to that placard or that marker or that headstone. You just talking to that cement, what's in the ground. You're not talking to that person that's alive. Like you said, not to pick up on divorce, you need to give them their flowers while they're here, because once they're gone, there's no coming back. You know, and you know, a lot of people say, well, I talked to him the other night. You know, you better watch the kind of spirit you're talking to. So the thing is, if you know you love that person, and some is that art, make that art right. Get together with that person. Hey, let's move, because once they close their eyes, you can't go back and straighten it out. It's not gonna happen. I'm talking from several funerals I've been to, and people, it don't get real until you stand in front of that casket, especially your mother or your father. It gets real. That's you realize, hey, we all got to go one day. It ain't no, we're not promising here.
That's the only promise that's gonna get kept.
Yeah,
You're gonna leave here.
I heard the minister say, he said, life is, I think he said, life is real, but death is sure. He said, life is real, but death is sure. So the thing about it is, you know, we don't know when our card's gonna get pulled. So, you know, like I said, you better do a lot of praying,
do a lot of loving. Make sure you tell that person, no matter, like Devon said, they took your wallet when you was in 6th grade. That wallet been gone. You 60 years old, 55, 40 years old now. It ain't like that wallet and they drop, man, I'm give you your wallet back. Can't do that. It's let's move on past that. We hold small grudges and turn to big grudges, and that's the sad part.
And as a people, we got to do one thing. You can't judge everybody by one set genre or one set of rules, because people are different in every ways, and you don't know how many people are going through this and that, and so you know what I'm saying, their mindsets might not be in the same area as yours, so that their reaction and stuff time is not going to be the same. So I would ask you humbly and say, look at a person for that person, not for who else. This person does this like this person talks to me like this person. If you know that person is within good standing as far as a person towards you, focus on just that person when you're making judgment calls. You know what I'm saying, on what's going on. You think, everybody, they know how to do this, but everybody is not this person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Love that person for who they are and just for who they are.
Correct.
That's it.
All right, and right now, like I said, we're going to wrap this up, and also give a shout out to Sherman May as well. Condolences go out to him as well. Have to do that.
Condolences, Mark.
Yeah, so the thing is, his family and everyone surrounding him. But as usual, like I said, I hope y'all got some out of this today. It's a great podcast again. Like I said, spread it around. Like I said, we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Linktree. Like I said, we're going to have other streaming areas we're working on now. Trust me, we're going to try to get this across the country. And that way, people know there's people in Mobile that has a great podcast. We just don't have to be up north or some superstar NBA player. We're just ordinary, everyday people with great mindsets. And the thing, we want to share that with the world. So, like I said, about to end this, but Krista cooked some ribs and pork chops. We didn't put a display like we normally do, but we'll have a meal on here every week so people will see that we are really about the grill and we do cook. So, as always, like I said, follow, like, and share. We got stars now. We're going to send stars. That's fine. But as usual, like I said, when the spatula goes down, the podcast is over. Y'all be good.
Bless you.